West Ham United are deep into negotiations to sign TᕇOy Parrott, the 24-year-old Irish striker whose stock has risen dramatically over the past 2 seasons. While Nuno Espírito Santo is reshaping the squad for a brutal championship campaign, Parrott has emerged as one of the club's top attacking targets, a mobile, aggressive, goal-scoring forward who fits the system perfectly. But who is TᕇOy Parrott? Why has his career taken so many twists? And why do West Ham believe he could be the striker to fire them back to the Premier League? In this video, we're deep diving into his journey, the highs, the lows, the developmental years, the breakout seasons, and what he could bring to West Ham United. TᕇOy Parrott was born in Dublin, Ireland in February 2002. He grew up playing street football in the inner city, the kind of environment that builds toughness, instinct, and that scrappy edge that you still see in his game today. At just 15 years of age, he was spotted by Tottenham Hotspur scouts and moved to London to join their academy. He quickly rose through the youth ranks. He was prolific at under 18 and under 23 level. He was a standout in Republic of Ireland youth teams, and he was highly rated by Mauricio Pochettino, who brought him to Tottenham Hotspur in the first place. But here's the key detail. Parrott made his Premier League debut under Jose Mourinho, and Mourinho also rated him. Now, Jose Mourinho is famously cautious with young players, especially strikers. He doesn't hand out debuts for fun, but he trusted Parrott enough to give him minutes in the Premier League at just 17 years old, praising his attitude and mentality behind the scenes. That debut under Mourinho matters. It shows Parrott wasn't just a hyped academy kid. He was a young striker who impressed 2 elite managers at Tottenham Hotspur. So, in order to get minutes, Parrott went out on loan, and it was in this period that he began to take shape in a big way. He went to Millwall for 2021 season, which was a tough first loan with injuries, physical adaptations, and a demanding system that meant he struggled to find his rhythm. Ipswich Town followed, which was a better spell and showed he improved link-up play and also developing maturity. He then went to MK Dons, and this is where he really started to grow. 47 appearances, 10 goals and 7 assists. He played as a second striker, a so-called false 9, I don't like that term, but there you go, and a wide forward. And he became a more complete player, pressing, linking play, dropping deep and creating chances. Then he went to Preston North End in season 22-23. Now that was a mixed season. It was interrupted by injuries, but he again showed flashes of quality. These years hardened him. They forced him to adapt. They turned him from a talented kid into a proper senior striker. Now, before we go any further, if you appreciate the content here on the West Ham Massive, it would do us a huge favour if you could drop a like on the stream and give us a hype if you've got one available. This is what pushes the content out to places it otherwise wouldn't get. Please put your comments in the section below, and I'll answer as many of them as I possibly can, ideally all of them. Why not share this into your social media platforms to boost the exposure a little bit more? And last but by no means least, if I've managed to do the editing correctly, then in the top left-hand corner, you'll see a QR code. If you get out your mobile device and scan that, it takes you to our YouTube subscription page. Subscribing is free, data safe, and it only takes a couple of seconds of your time and helps to grow the channel into something bigger and better. So what's not to like? Come and join us on the journey, and we'll go on this together. Thank you very much indeed for your support. Let's get stuck back into it. In 2023-24, Parrott moved to the Eredivisie with Excelsior, and this is where everything changed. He delivered his first truly explosive season. 17 goals, 4 assists across 32 appearances, multiple standout performances against top Dutch sides. The Eredivisie suited him. More space, more transitions, more chance to run at defenders. His confidence skyrocketed, and suddenly, clubs across Europe began paying attention. This was the season that proved he wasn't just a prospect, he was a legitimate goalscorer. After his breakout at Excelsior, Parrott earned a move to AZ Alkmaar, one of the best development clubs in Europe, a club known for producing elite attackers and giving young players real responsibility. At AZ, Parrott continued his upward trajectory, improved tactical intelligence, sharper movement in the box, more disciplined pressing, exposure to European competition, and a higher technical standard in training. AZ didn't just refine him, they accelerated his development. And this is where he became a genuinely modern striker. Strong link-up play, intelligent off-the-shoulder runs, better timing in the penalty area, more composed finishing, and physically stronger and more resilient. AZ Alkmaar is a finishing school for attackers. And Parrott has come through that journey, and he's a far better player for it. Now, his international record is one of the most underrated parts of his profile. He has 37 caps and 11 goals for the Republic of Ireland. And these aren't just meaningless goals from friendlies. They're decisive, high-pressure goals. His first goals came with a brace against Andorra in 2021. He's got big winners, a last-minute winner against Lithuania in 2022 and a match-winning goal against Hungary in 2024. In the Nations League, he scored in Ireland's 3-0 win over Scotland in 2022. He's also got goals in World Cup qualifiers. He got a brace against Portugal in 2025, and he also got a hat-trick away to Hungary in a dramatic 3-2 win also in 2025. And he also got a playoff goal against the Czech Republic in the 2026 World Cup qualification playoff. So, to summarise, TᕇOy Parrott delivers in big moments: winners, equalisers, knockout goals, qualifiers. His international record shows a striker who thrives under pressure. Now, some of his key attributes, his movement and his intelligence. Parrott's biggest strength is his movement. He's constantly pulling defenders around, makes sharp diagonal runs, and creates space for midfielders. His pressing and work rate, he is relentless off the ball, perfect for Nuno's aggressive front foot championship style. His link-up play, he drops deep, he combines well, and he can play as a false nine or a second striker. His finishing, the finishing has improved massively. Both feet, composed in one-on-ones, and he's sharp inside the box. Also, his versatility is a strength. He can play as a lone striker, he can play in a front two, he can play off the right, he can play as a false nine. And this flexibility is gold in the Championship. However, I do have to mention some of the areas where he might need to brush up on. His consistency. He's still developing. He's not yet a 20-goal guaranteed striker. Physical battles, well, he's improved, but the Championship is a different level of physicality compared to the Eredivisie. And he also needs confidence. TᕇOy Parrott thrives when he's trusted. If he's rotated heavily, his form can dip. Now, why do West Ham want him? Well, we need a striker who fits in the Championship. Mobile, aggressive, pressing focused. He has an ability to score 12 to 18 league goals. He's young enough to develop. He's hungry enough to fight. Parrott ticks every box. He's also affordable. He's still improving. He's a long-term project, and he's a player who wants to prove himself in England. Now, with the right coaching, he could become a top Championship striker and potentially a Premier League one in the future. So to give you my summary, TᕇOy Parrott's career has been a journey from Dublin street football to Spurs hype to tough loans to a breakout in the Netherlands and developing at AZ Alkmaar. And now he's becoming one of the most exciting young strikers available this summer. Now he's ready for the next step. And if West Ham can complete this deal, we won't be just signing a striker, we'll be getting a player with hunger, maturity, and a point to prove. TᕇOy Parrott could be exactly the kind of forward who helps to fire West Ham back into the Premier League. Now, if you've enjoyed this breakdown, if you could drop a like on the stream and give us a hype if you've got one available, that would help us out tremendously, because that's what pushes the content out to places it otherwise might not reach. Get your comments in the section below. What are your thoughts on TᕇOy Parrott, his plus points and his downsides? Share this on your social media platforms as well. That helps to boost the exposure of this particular piece of content. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, if I've done the editing right, in the top left-hand corner, there will be a QR code. Scan that with your mobile device. It takes you to our YouTube subscription page. Subscribing is free, data safe, only takes a couple of seconds of your time, and it helps grow the channel into something bigger and better than what it is as you currently find it. So come and join us on the journey. We'll have some fun together. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for your time. Come on, you Irons.